Hello there guys and welcome back to another live stream. My name's Mike aka Decimal Punked and we're in Blender 4.5.3. You can probably hear the excitement in my voice. I know I've not been on in a couple of days. I've had a very busy weekend, but we're basically gonna start modeling all of the assets for my narrative game that I'm making this trimester at university. So I think, I can't remember if I did the last stream I did was the map. I will show you guys the map I've made. So I made a map in Photoshop, and basically this is the narrative area. Doing this helped me visualize the game, what I need, and I've basically made a whole list of all the props and things that I need, or models. So what I've got, I've categorized them into areas as well, so you know, if there's anything I miss or think I need to add, I can just add it to sections. So we've got standard world models, so we've got 3 different tree types. We've got bridge, 3 types of grass, 3 types of flowers, 3 types of stones. The town itself has 4 medieval building types. We need a signpost, a well, a watchtower. The watchtower is basically going to be a kind of just a tall building with a few windows at the top and maybe a flag. The church, standard. The turret, that's basically going to be similar to the stylized model that I did of that little mini castle thing, and then just a big cape that protects one area to the other. Herbalist shack is for an NPC, so I need to create like a kind of herbalist interior shack. And then we have 2 types of dead trees. They're going to be close to the graveyard, that's why they're going to be dead. The mausoleum is basically one massive part of the game that actually ends up with the end of the quest line. So I've already got a lot of these materials because I did a modular dungeon a while back, so I can actually use all those assets in creating this. Farmland, we just need like a little farm outhouse type building, a couple of hay bales, and we need some crops. So we'll have just some kind of wheat crops, maybe something simple, and then another variant where they're diseased, and then just a fence. The lumberyard is basically just like where one of the NPCs works. They're like a lumberjack. So I was going for a tent, maybe with a couple of crates, and then we've obviously got the pine trees, and then we've got a pine tree infected variant. That's again quest related. And then the graveyard, we've got wall pillar, gate, tombstones, moonlight herb, and a yew tree. Sorry, I seem to have the hiccups. And then I've got my NPC list up the top here. So how many have we got? 13 NPCs. Depending how, I think what I will do is make all of the environmental assets first, so I have everything I need to fill out my world, and then depending on how long it takes me to make those, I'll look into the NPC side, because I know with Mixamo and Rigify we can literally create a simple character, we can get all the animations. Then I guess it's just a matter of making sure that it's transported correctly, ready for the Unity engine. So that's my only concern, just making sure that, you know, everything migrates properly. So I've got all of this left side panel to make, guys. So I think what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to go for the stones, and what we'll do is we'll just color code them off as we've done them. So let's, first off, this is going to be right, I'm going to make collections, because with the append we can bring in models from other projects and things, so I want everything to be correctly labelled. So I'm just going to label this as scene, and I'm going to move these into there. We're going to delete that collection. And then I'm going to go to front view, turn on the snapping, and move that aligned there. And I'm going to set, I'm going to set the origin to the 3D cursor. And we're going to go for Z180. So 100. We're going for 180 centimeters, guys. And the reason we're going for that is because I wanted to go for a height that's kind of standard. So basically, this is, if I can actually make that a bit smaller, this is just going to be our human player character reference. So PC reference. So when I'm basically modeling the assets, I want to make sure that they're kind of a sensible scale. So if we know that's our player character, we don't want to have a grass model that's the same height. So that's why I'm having the reference there, guys. And then we can just kind of turn those on and off as we need. Right, let me have a sip of my coffee. Apologies for any coughing, by the way. I'm almost over this cold. Okay. So, I'm going to do what we're going to do. So, stones. These are basically just going to be just little rocks, basically. So, I'll keep my player reference in there. Let's just, hold on. Is it Control A? Yeah. Right, so we're going to add let's go for an icosphere, and we'll put that, we'll just leave that there actually, and I'll turn off the scene. Now we're going to go into the sculpting, and what I'm going to do is I don't want that. Oh, was it the clay thumb? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to add decimate. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry guys, give me a minute. Why was that? Why would that not let me do the decimate? Flatten. Oh, I was doing the wrong thing last time. We don't want a pointy rock. I feel like I messed that up. I feel like I had something okay. Tell you what, let's go with that. And then we'll turn on that. And then... Hey, dude. Can't hear me? Oh. Don't make me panic, dude. Welcome to the stream. I just showed at the start of the stream, I've made an entire list of all of the game assets I need for my narrative game I'm making this trimester. So I've got quite a lot of stuff to make. So I'm making low poly models. It's a low poly look. So I'm just going for the stones at the moment. So we're doing just basically stones, really. And then I will pick something else on this area. I guess I'm kind of going for the easy stuff first. So let's go to edit mode. Oh, hold on. If we actually apply... Hold on a sec. Right, let's just apply that. And then if we turn on X-ray and then the vert, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these down so it's basically level. And then if I delete those verts and then what do we want to do? I want a quad. Okay, so if we just get this there and do F and then F. Why is that not working? One second. Oh, that was the interior. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Right, we need to... Let's just do that. One, two, 3. So we've got a face there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a quad? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to... Oh, there was a toggle, wasn't there? Selectable. That one. Right, so if I just turn that off, and then we're going to scale this down. It's a little stone. It's a little bit pointy. So I'm just going to lower that one. So that is 8 tries on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How's that for our first stone? That's the player character. I guess we could maybe scale that down just a tad more. Yeah. Okay. Right, we're going to do new collection, and we're going to call this Stone A. Let me just check my list. Stones A. And then what I can do is if I shift duplicate that and GX, and then we could just like play, we can basically get the verts. Okay. And then okay. And then this one, we'll duplicate that again. And we'll mix this one up. So it's basically just playing around with it. So reshaping it. We've got the verts. We just try and make something a little bit so ignore the player's scale there, guys. Okay, and then if I just go into these. And then we will do Control A, actually if I just select all of those, and then okay, So that is this vertical column is the player reference scale. It's 180 centimeters, standard height for a humanoid, and we're making sure that the stones and things are kind of to scale. So I'm happy with that as our first little collection of rocks, and that is only, how is that one? 8, 16, 4. So it's 20 tries in total. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little section to this actually. Give me 1 second. 64 pixels. So I think it'd be, oh dude. Try count. Right, I'll sort out that formatting in a little bit. So stones A is a total of 20 tries. So it'd be good to know how many tries, you know, the models are, like in terms of optimization and, you know, efficiency and things. So I think we can tick off that one. So I'm going to give that a green. What I might actually add a little checkbox on. So, right, stones A. That's one done. And what I might do is I could just link those, I guess. Is it L? Object link. Join. There we go. I'm really happy with that. 20 tries just for that. Is my computer named Mike? I don't know. I'll call it the Behemoth. What a strange question. Right, let's do some more. So we will do, if I turn that one off, actually, we'll keep that there just for, I guess. Right, let's add a, what we're going to go for. Should we just go for, let's go for the sphere. We'll go into sculpt. Actually, if I set the origin to there, scale it down, go into sculpting, hide that stuff, and I think it's clay fun. Might be quite good, I don't know. Cheers, dude. Not used this tool before. Scrape multiplane. Okay. And then we're going to do decimate. So if we go for that, if we apply that, and then if I move this one down, delete those, and then if we get that one, bring that down, and then what we've got, so if I do these ones, face, and then these ones, that's a quad. And then what we could do they want any UV editing to the mesh? Does who want any UV editing? I'm making these assets myself. I'm not doing any texture painting for this. It's just going to be simple colours in the BSDF. So yeah, I'm not overcomplicating this. Right, we need to reduce. Right, that's 10. That's 6 tries. Yeah, are you from my uni? I can't remember because obviously everyone's got different usernames and stuff. I can't remember. I don't know if you're from my university. Just a question about the if they require UV editing. Right, let's. What am I going to do here? Right, if I turn that one off, rotate that. Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically, I'm just making my kind of game assets for my project. I've got to make a narrative game this trimester, so I've got quite a lot of work to do. I wanted to model everything myself. So, not created more work for myself. I just wanted to kind of improve my modelling. Right, let me just turn that one off. Right, I'll scale this down. I'm gonna rotate it and then going to reshape it, so it's technically the same. It is the same thing. I've just played with the verts on this, so same again. And this time Hold on a minute. Okay, how is that compared to the scale? Oh, that's pretty good scale. Similar scale to that one. So that was the first one we did there. So these are a tiny bit smaller. You can see the scale of the stones. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go into each stone. Just merge any verts if they... Probably doesn't need doing. Okay. So that one, that is actually less. So 666, it's 18 tries in total. So we're going to do that and then we're going to join. And then we're going to do a new collection, Stones B. And there we have it. So we have two variants of stones. That was nice and easy. Oh, we haven't done the material yet. Let me just stones B. And how many tries was that? So that one's 20. This one's 18. 18. Whew. Right, let's just quickly go into the shading. I'm not stressing, dude. All good. Right, so we're going to add a new material. We're going to call this stones. Just gonna call it stones. And if I just do that one. Go for a simple kind of okay. Right, they're not metal. We don't really want them to be shiny, so I'm going to go 0.8 on the roughness. I think that's a nice colour. Yeah, I quite like that colour. Okay, and then if I just go on to the other stones, I should be able to just click stones, just like that. There we go. Okay, so I need one more variant for the stones. I am just thinking maybe it might... No, I'll just do it from scratch. So I don't, but you got to bear in mind that these stones are going to be like small. They're not really meant to be detailed. So let's do that. I don't think I'm going to get any decent looking stone shapes because I'm being so conscious of the amount of tries. What is going on there? Right, let's just check the scale compared to the other ones. Okay. So if I set the origin to the 3D cursor, I can make this go a bit bigger. That's a good height. And then we'll turn off the other ones. We'll go to bird's eye view. And then we're gonna do Shift D, rotate. Actually, I'm going to keep that there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I know it's not centered. Don't worry. I'm going to be joining these and then sorting that out. So first off, we are going to just do that. And then we are going to join. And then set the origin to the 3D cursor. And we're going to name this as Stone C. New collection, Stone C. Go into the shading and stones. Bosh! Okay. Right. Now we can zoom out. Oh. Just apply those transforms. Oh, I know some of you like seeing the screencast key, so there you go. Okay, and there we have, this is our human scale. And those are the things. You know what we could actually do? We could actually, Give me 1 second. Bear with me. I want to make more. Dude, I've got loads to make. That is much better. Instead of having a little block. How's that? Instead of a bloody vertical column that I did, actually seeing the model will be so much better. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to rename that. We're going to apply that. And then we're going to put that up there. There we go. Now we can actually see our character, an actual kind of... What's going on there? Oh, sorry, it's because I've got it disabled on the click. I was thinking, why can't I select that? So here we go. We've got our character. If I just move him along, you can actually get a feel now and actually see a humanoid and be like, okay, yeah, that looks about the right size. So yeah, that's really good to have that in there. So that's just for a visual reference of how our character is going to be for scale comparison. So how many tries? So Stone's A was 20 tries, Stone B is 18, Stone C is 18. So 18 on Stone C. There we go. We've already ticked off 3 models on our thing. We are almost 50 minutes into the stream. Flowers. Shall we do some flowers, guys? Let's do some flowers. Okay. Sorry, did I color code that off? I did. Or should we do grass? I mean, we could do grass, couldn't we? I'll tell you what, let's make this fun. People on the stream watching right now, I will let you pick anything from this section here on the world, because when we get into the town, that's going to be a bit more complicated. So I will let you guys pick one object from here that you want me to model next. So we've got 3 tree variations, we have a bridge, we have 3 grass variants and 3 flower variants. I'll let you guys pick next. Let's make this interactive stream, shall we? If I don't get a response by like 10 seconds, I'll jump into just picking something, just so we're not sitting twiddling our thumbs. I'm thinking if we did like a daisy or something for the first flower, maybe. Could even do a tulip, to be fair. So anyone watching, if you want me to, if you want to pick something from this list right here that's selected, just drop a comment on what one you want me to model next. Okay, I'm going to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going for flowers A. Right. If I actually move this dude along, I can hide. Oh, sorry, let me just check. I have. Let's just turn that off. Stone seed. I did give that a yes. I did. Cool. All right, we're gonna do the flower now. So, I'm gonna go for a tulip. I'm gonna do a tulip, guys. So, I'll go for a cube. Right, so what we need is we need to get, if we get that face, so we're modelling one of the flowers at the moment. Okay, that's one blade. And then Shift D, rotate 180, no, rotate on a Z 180, there we go. And then you just need like a little cylinder. So how do we get them out of that collection? Guess we could see how that looks. Scale, Shift Z. Snap to the edge. Oh my god, dude. You need to come down. Okay, what we should be able to do is move that vert. Yeah, we'll sort that out once we've merged that. Thanks for the spam view, Super. Okay, so we've got a stem. I guess we could do a triangle. Just keep it simple. feel like that should go the other side. Actually, no, we'll leave that. Right, so now what we're going to do is join those. And we're going to get these verts. $24. I mean, we could delete that face because it's inside there. We're not going to see it. All right, so let's go into the shading. Cone. Okay. So we're going to add a new material. This is going to be flower or petals. Petal 1. I'm going to call it petal underscore 1. No, let's just call it petal red. And then we're going to add a new slot and then invert the selection, and we're going to call this plant stem. Something nice and simple. It's not too many tries. Let me have a sip of my coffee. So, what one is that? Flowers A. Flowers A. So flowers A is done, and that is 23 tries in total. Okay, so I mean technically what we could do is we could technically duplicate that and change the color, so you have like, I don't know, 3 different types maybe, because that way like if we had 2 different coloured tulips, let me duplicate the collection, call it Flowers B, and then if we go into the shading, the Flowers B, and can we duplicate a material? So 0.8 there. I mean, you do get blue. Do you get blue tulips? I don't think I've. Yeah, you can get blue tulips. There we go. So we have a I think what we need to do is just make sure if we just set the origin to the 3D cursor, Right, so I've put ×2 because there's 2 colour variations there. And they're both 23. Okay. Next, I want to make a daisy, so... Oh my god. How are you going to do a daisy that doesn't use so many tries? That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Daisy. Because there's loads of petals on a daisy. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's have a look at a lily. Well, lily's a little bit tricky. I'll tell you what, let's just let's go for, we'll stick with the 3 verts. Move that up. Set that down there. Right, I'm going to see how many tries the daisy comes to. So, I'm just going to scale that down a tiny bit more. And then we're going to go scale Shift Z. And then oh my god, I'm trying to do low poly flowers. It's like how low can you go before it actually doesn't look like what you're trying to make? Right, think what shape what shape would be good. Okay, let's try a triangle. Daisies don't really... Do they have any petals, flat leaves at the bottom? Let me just hide those flowers. Get that face. If I just do that, that's much easier to see now. If I extrude, oh hold on. Oh, I selected the wrong edge. Whoops. Alright, if I extrude those up, didn't really want that to... Oh no, it is going to have that. I don't quite know what I'm making here. What am I making here? Mike, what are you doing, dude? Alright, we've got that. Really don't know what I'm doing here. If we just want to add Hey Poto, welcome to the stream. I'm making a load of low poly models for a game that I'm going to be making this trimester. So I've actually picked, like, making flowers, trying to make low poly flowers is actually quite tricky because flowers themselves have quite a lot of potential faces, so I don't quite know what I've made there. Actually, if I took that out, hold on. Yeah, it's actually it's really tricky actually. But I can actually show you. This is my list of assets I've made that I need for my game. I'm just trying to basically keep it low poly, like not super detailed, but enough detail there that you can tell it's a flower from a distance. Like these are going to be quite small, but it's just, this is just environmental filler at the moment. When we get onto the buildings, that's going to be really fun. But these are all of the assets I need to make. So there's quite a few there, and there's also some NPC characters. So yeah, I've got my work cut out. Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, if I come out, you can see, if I just, you can see how big the character is and how big that's going to be. So it's just trying to get it so it looks decent, you know. One second. Right, why is that? If I do extrude 5, what does that come down to? P5 scale 0. P5 scale 0. Oh, Jesus. E5 enter scale 0. I don't know what I've made there. What is that? What have I made there? What abomination is that? Jesus. I mean, if we were to get the verts, and then if I did that, let's do 2, 3. Let's do 3. And then that's GX minus 3. That's a three-petaled something. I mean, what I could do is do the center as yellow and the edges as white. How many tries? Only 20 tries. So what I could do actually is, if I go into the shading, dude, shading. Why is that not? I'm sorry, what's going on there? Oh, God, it must have been so small. Looks like a nail trap. Brilliant. If you flip the pyramids, it could work. What if you make them tulip? I've already made a tulip, dude. My tulip is... why can't I see that? There's my tulip. I know it's a bit shit, but it's low poly. It's meant to look low poly. I have a blue and a red variant of the tulip. So you can see, very simple. Two blades, leaves, with a stem, and that's the tulip. What I might actually do, I might just quickly refine that model. Sorry, give me 1 second. I can actually refine this. Because if I just get these verts. No, that looks worse. No, it was better as it was. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Oh my god, I was right the first time. Right, sorry, back to our main objective here. If we go to edit mode, so if we brought these up, so G, Z, oh, there we go. Oh, that, funnily enough, that does actually look like a certain type of tulip. There's a certain type of tulip that has that kind of crown look. That's interesting. Has that done something? I feel like we've got... Yes, it has. We've now got a problem with... the... How... I know what we need to do, but I don't know how to do it. If we wanted to get those to go upwards, because look what happens. When we... Oh, Jesus. Let me just turn off snapping. We want those ones. Oh my god. 3 kite shapes. Iron deficiency tulip, brilliant. 3 kite shapes would be able to remove the bottom pyramid. The problem is if I just have like a flat plane, one side's going to be invisible and then one's going to be visible to the player. So they do need to kind of have sides either way in case the player's moving around and actually wants to look at a flower. So it does need to kind of have that kind of 2 sides there, you know. Oh my god, right, how are we gonna... Right, so that's the problem there. If I brought that up, that resolves the... I mean, what is... It looks weird. Why does that look weird? Oh, I see. They're not central. 1 second. Individual origins. I think that's why that went a bit Pete Tong. That's why it looks weird. They're not centrally aligned. That one looks central. they're for different bloody heights. Oh my god, dude. Right. Let's get these verts. Oh my dude. Let's get these verts all kind of at least aligned. Right, so we got those. Now the thing that's... If we... I think it's that face. Is it that face? So these are... Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? What have I done there? I do actually quite like that, funnily enough. I thought that looked pretty cool. That's 20 tries. That's not bad, guys. I mean, that's an interesting... It doesn't have to be a real life kind of plant. I can have some kind of, you know, fantasy element to these. Right, let's... Right, so we've got flower A, which is that tulip. Flower B, which is that one. And then this is basically going to be a strange... kind of thing. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a new slot, and that slot is going to be plant stem, so the colour of the stem matches the other plants. And then centre, what's the stain? No, what's the centre part? I've specialised in plants and garden photography for like over 7 or 8 years. I should know a bloody name for it. The anther. Yeah, that's it, the anther. Okay. Right, so we're going to add a new slot, and this one, we're going to assign that, and then we're going to do new material. We'll call this stigma. We'll call it stigma. You're not very bright. Let's put up the saturation. Okay. Assign that. And then stigma. Skin. 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 That must be from the player reference model I brought in. Okay. Right, so we're going to add a new slot. What's the other petals? Petal blue. So we'll just do a petal white. So if I go, hold on, wireframes, select those, select those, select those. Oh, thanks for following, Potato. I appreciate that, dude. And yeah, feel free to tune back whenever. I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming over the next few months. Lots of Blender and lots of the Unity engine, because I'm going to be making the game in Unity. So there's going to be loads of live streams. So I will see you whenever you're next about. So take care, dude, and thanks for joining me. Petal white. Oh no. Awesome, dude. Take care. You too. You too. There we go. Look at that. Way, we have a decent looking flower. Excellent. Oh, I'm happy with that. Oh, that's put a smile on my face, quite literally. I'm very happy with that. Oh, that's a really cool little flower. That's very just simple. I really like that. What's the tries on it? 20. It's not bad, is it? I don't even know what I would call that. 20 tries. That is not bad at all. Okay. How's my list looking? So flowers A times 2 is tulips. Flowers B is the one that I'm doing at the moment. So, I mean, technically, I think I'll leave that as it is. 20 tries. Right, the reason why I'm being very organised with this is because if I ever want to append to other projects, just making sure everything is correctly labelled means it's going to make my job a lot easier. So flowers C. Oh wait, we haven't done flowers B. Oh mate. flowers A. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. 23, 23, right, okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna... Right, flowers A is 23. A is that one, B is blue, and they are both 23 tries. A and B. A and B, 23. And then flower C is our Daisy. Do I want to do another flower? Or is 2 tulip colours and a flower enough? Is that enough? What other kind of flower could I possibly do that's low poly? It's really, really tricky to actually do a low poly flower that looks like a flower. And keeping it low tries as well. Let's just, we can always come back and add another flower type if we feel we need it. Let's just leave that one done there. So flowers C is 20 tries in total. Flowers C is 20 tries. Let's just not overcomplicate things at this stage. Okay. Okay. So we have 3 stone variants. We have 3... Oh, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, sorry, I was just checking the... GX. Just setting the... There we go. Yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm really happy. I really like the white one. I'm very happy with the white one. Right, I know they're cluttered at the moment, but I mean, technically, what we could do. I mean, we could... If I was to space them out, it's not going to affect the transform, it's just affecting the location. So, if I did GY1... Why is that not moving? GY5. Oh, it's because it's doing centimeters. Okay. 100. And then GY200. GY300. Dude. GY200. GY300. And then with the flowers, if we did GX100 and then GY100. And then GX100, GY200. And then GX100, GY300. That's nice. Now we can actually see our models. I like that. That's a nice way of showing it. Okay. And like I say, guys, we can always just reset that to world location. So, right, let's look at our list. Right, anyone that's watching, I don't know how many people are watching because the viewer count is up and down like a yo-yo. So anyone that is watching, I will let you pick which item to model next. So we're working on the world category at the moment. So we have 3 tree variants, we have a bridge, and 3 grass variants. So anyone that's watching, I will let you pick the next thing to model. So just drop a comment and tell me what one you want. I'm thinking it would be nice to jump onto some trees. Okay, I'll give it another 30 seconds. And then if no one comments, I'll just pick something. Welcome to the stream, Awen. I don't know how long you've been watching, dude, or if you've been lurking. Do you want to pick the next item for me to model? This is my asset list. I've made an asset list for my narrative game I'm going to be building over the next couple of months. So I'm just smashing out all the 3D models I need. So I'm working on the world category at the moment. So we've got 3 tree variants left and 3 grass variants and a bridge. Pick the next thing for me, dude. A cool 4 seconds. Oh, right. Well, welcome to the stream, dude. You get to pick which item I model next out of these 9. Is that 9 choices? 7? 8? 7 choices. Tree C. Okay. All right. So there are actually 6 variants in total. I have 2 dead tree types, 3 living tree types, and then there's a pine tree, and then an infected pine tree. I don't know if you guys want me to tell you the idea for my narrative game, because, well, you'll find out what happens with the story as I make the game. But I'm really, really happy, like, just buzzing. Like, I think I've got a really cool narrative quest line. Right, sorry, I'm waffling on. Right, let's do a tree. Okay. Let me just minimize these collections. Is there a quick way to, like, open and show... You know how you open a folder? Like, is there a quick hotkey to, like, open and close a folder? Right, so... For a tree... I'm thinking cylinder, maybe. What do you reckon? 5 verts? Let's go 5 verts. I know Grant always likes divisible by 4, but let's just go that. Right, so we have our human scale model. So we're going to want to, first off, set the origin. I like setting the origin to the 3D cursor so that when I then scale... Actually, no, you can transform the pivot point. Hold on. If I do 3D cursor, oh, that's so much quicker. Right, let's do scale on the Z. Okay, and then scale shift Z. Oh, sorry. So you know on the collections here, if we click the drop down arrow and then click it again, it like I had all the collections open. I just wondered if there's a quick hotkey to like hide, open, and close a collection. Right, how are we going to do these trees? I think we should have a loop cut. Hold on. That's easier. Right, let's do a loop cut and then bring that down here. And then we will select the base, scale it like that. And then scale shift Z. Okay. Oh, you can see the models I've made already, Awen. Click and hold the open close arrow. Oh, okay. Cheers, dude. Right, we need some branches, or hold on a minute. I know this isn't ideal. Hold on, why is that? Oh, I hate it when it does that. Let's add an icosphere and scale shift Z. And then scale on the Y. Oh, dude. And then sorry, the music stopped playing, guys. Such a pain in the ass. Okay. How can I... Oh, you know what? Let's just delete that. And let me just do an icosphere. Why does it keep going into the folder? I don't want that to be... You can see that folder's highlighted, so whenever I'm adding stuff, it's putting it in there. What a pain in the arse. That looks decent. Random enough. Apply! Right. Limited dissolve. If you highlight the scene collection, it won't put it on the others. Oh, cheers, bro. Thank you. That's such a pain in the ass. Thank you, dude. Now, trunks get thinner towards the top. So, I'm wondering if I got that face and just... Ugh! That's too thin. It wouldn't support the weight of that. Jesus. That looks good. No. Okay. And then if I... It's okay to have the one object going into another, isn't it? I still need to read this huge book I've got on 3D modelling. I've been too busy to get round to that, but I mean, it's okay to stick that inside another object. Obviously, what we can do is delete that face. So, triangles 23, delete face. There we go. So we've brought back 3 tries there. And also, we can delete the bottom face because that's not going to be seen. I mean, I'd say I'm happy with that as a tree. I know it doesn't have any branches on the underside, but you know, the more detail we add to it, the higher the try count. And if I'm having a lot of trees, just being conscious of that. So I think that's fine as it is. So let's join these objects, and we will call this, what was it, tree C you said? Oh, you know what, I'm just going to call it tree A, just because we haven't got the 3 yet. And if I have this thing with organisation, and if I do a collection called tree C now, and then we did tree B, and like, you can do that. I'll tell you what. Tree C. Tree C. Tree C. Alright, tree C. Tree C. Right, let's just do... Oh, sorry. Ugh! Hold on. Okay, right, let's go into the shading. And let's give it some colour, shall we, guys? Oh shit, what have I done? Right, there we go. Got those selected, so we need a new slot. So we're going to add a slot assigned to those faces, and this is going to be called bark. Woof woof. The roughness put to 0.8. And then if we select those faces, and now I do already have a color called plant stem. Oh shit. Assign that. Right, new. Let's go for like a nice dark green, shall we? We'll call this tree foliage. Right, so the texture atlas. The reason I'm not using a texture atlas is because with the texture. Basically, I had problems. I was with the Mixamo, the model that we made, the big man. When I was exporting the FBX and bringing it into Mixamo, the model of the character was completely plain, like you can see at the moment with the white mannequin. When I appended the Medieval Zweihander onto the character and put him in Mixamo, the sword, it had all the colours and everything, and that was literally, as you can see in front of you, the principal BSDF with the material output, and that's all it had, and that worked in Mixamo fine. And then I was looking at all these tutorials on how to bake textures to the character, and I was getting too stressed out and worried about it. Like, I know this works, I know what I'm doing at the moment works, and I know it's kind of the equivalent to the texture atlas in the sense I'm using just simple colours. I'm not texture painting. So at this stage, my experience with a texture atlas and baking textures, I don't want to take too much on. Got to remember I'm a game designer, so I'm not a shader by specialty. So I'm just doing what I know works. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is going to do the job. It's going to do the job. I know we're going to have like different, individual simple colours, but there's different ways to do different things, isn't there? So what do you think to the first tree? I'm quite happy with that. What do you reckon? It's a nice, simple, low poly tree. Let's set the origin to the 3D cursor. Do you like the tree, Awen? That was your choice. That was tree C. And that is only 38 tries. That's not bad. Roll 1 tree 20. What does that mean? What does that mean? So tree C is 38 tries. Let's just go into it one more time. Yep. Tree C 38. Tree C 38. Roll. Oh, okay. Got ya. Okay, what do you want me to make next? Tell you what, making great progress, I feel. Have you picked one? Any one of the other trees? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it'd be nice to get the other trees done whilst we're on the tree kind of category. Okay. Sorry, my OCD is kicking in. Sorry. Okay. Actually, if I just do... I prefer it without the lines. This is what I mean. I've just got like OCD. I just like... organisation is such a pain in the ass. Right, let's go... I don't know, tree A, maybe? Right. So, what I can do is if I... Should I keep the trunk the same and change the leaves? I mean, we can make it... We could actually make it slightly smaller. So let's try that. Oh, hold on. Did I do the transforms? Oh no, I don't need to. Okay. Right. So, dupe collection. Call this tree A. Tree A. Oh, hold on. Let me just move this one. GX 300. Huh. There we go. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. I was just... Mike. There we go. Right, so... If I... delete that. Oh, actually... scale on the Z. tree A. Hold on. That to that. Control J. Shading. Oh, nice. So tree A is only 2 tries more. It's a thinner tree. What I'm gonna do. So bring that down there. That's at the bottom. Everything's all synced up there. So if I now did G, Y, $400, $700. There we go. Have I seen DBZ? No, I've heard of that. I actually saw something on social media recently with Sean Schemmel. And he was at a Comic-Con or something, and a fan asked something about abridged, and I'm sure it was abridged, because I remember Sean getting a bit like angry, like the fan was trying to bait him for a reaction, because he's obviously loyal to Toriyama, Akira Toriyama. Was it Akira Toriyama? So yeah, I don't think I have seen. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it. No, of course I haven't. I know what I've seen. Right, tree C. Tree A is 40. Right, shall we do the next tree? Shall we do the next tree, dude? I think it's the fact the fan was trying to bait him for a reaction. He's very loyal to Akira Toriyama, and I could see his point. Like, it's not official Dragon Ball content, storyline, canon, you know. Cause chaos. Right, I'm gonna do the next tree so we can. You did say tree, so let's do tree B. What shape should I go for? I feel like I want to go for... I feel like I want to go for like a quite a thick one. Like quite a dense tree. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to be exciting. Let's do this. Right. We're going to mix this up. What are you on about the jokes in... Are you on about the jokes in Abridged? Is that what you're referring to, that quote? Tree B. I quite like being able to bring in a detailed shape and then, you know, make it the right size and then just add the decimate to get the low poly I need and just have control over it. I really like that, being able to do that. Jesus. Oh, that's nice. That's almost like a topiary hedge. I like it. Decimate. Decimal punct is decimating. Oh, I like that. I might, I'm gonna give this a thick trunk. Thick. Oh. Edit mode. Select the face. I'm in face mode. Oh, there isn't a face. What a numpty. I was like, what? Why is it not selecting the face? I deleted the face because it's an internal face. Numpty. Did I apply the modifier? I really like that. Oh, right. My Excel spreadsheet, you mean? Alright, let's move GY200. GY200. It's 400. Are they in order? Tree A, Tree B, Tree C. Okay. So, we have 3 different shaped low poly trees. They're all slightly different in terms of, you know, the shape and stuff. The trunk, the height, the shape. I'm happy with that for my trees. Right, let me just bring up my sheet. So tree B is 50 tries. So it's the most tries out of the 3, but I'd still say that's a good amount, right? 50 tries. Okay. Right, let's just save that and save that. Right. Awen. I think you're the only one commenting. We've got 2 viewers, but you're the only one commenting. What shall I make next? I think you mentioned the bridge. What would you like me to make, dude? Come on, pick something. The grass is going to be easy. That's literally just a few pointy blades and stuff. It's 20 to 12. I could probably do another half hour. Should we do the bridge? You want to do grass? Okay, grass it is. Right. This should not take long at all. Right. Scene collection, as you said. We highlight that, and then that should work. Right. So, grass. If we just go for... So I'm having 3 variations. So basically we'll have some clumps, we'll have some single strands. I think the best thing to do for is go for cones. Scale that to the 3D cursor. That's a good height. That's the reason why I brought in my human model for scale reference. So I'm making sure that they look good, you know, realistic almost. Right, so now if I turn that to medium point, no, keep that to the 3D cursor actually. Right, so if I scale Shift Z, do that, and then Shift D, G, X. And then scale that down. And then if I was to get the vertex, and then Shift D, G, X. Get the vertex. a second. Object mode 1, 2. It's only 16 tries. Okay. Select all of those, Control J to join, and this is going to be grass A, and then if we set the origin to the 3D cursor, and if we go into the shading, do that, new. Now we do have plant stem. Technically, we could use the same color as the stems on the tulips. I think I'm gonna do that. Actually, hold on. Let me just... plant stem. Okay. Oh look, it's done it again. That's so Diddy. That's so Diddy. It's Diddy, guys. Okay, so let's add that to a new collection. And we're going to move that along to GX200. GY100. Okay, so that is grass A, and that is 16 tries. It's not bad, is it? Nice and simple. Caltrop acquired. Isn't that a trap in Diablo 3 from the Hunter class? Caltrops, like traps that you throw down. So grass A, 16 tries. Grass A, 16 tries. Okay, should we go on to grass B or grass C? What shall we do, guys? Grass B or C? Not that it matters. It's the same thing. Ah. Okay. Alright, so we have small grass clump. I think for grass C, I'm going to go taller. Yeah, I'm going to go taller. I reject order. Okay, right, so save, duplicate. Right, so that's how tall it is. So actually, I want to see the other stuff. Okay. So if I want to go for about this height. Maybe here. Maybe 2 units up. So what I will do is I think that's on. Right, that's the height I want to go for. So "20 tries." What was the other one? 16. Okay, yeah, we can add a bit more. Fill this one here. Okay. Grass C has grass material. GX300. No. Okay, so we've got the original one was, what's that, 4 blades of grass. That one's more of a clump. I quite like that one. It's like a more denser version of the first. So that's that one. So grass C 28 tries. First one 16. So grass C is 28. Grass C 28. Okay, should we do grass B? May as well finish the grasses. What do you reckon? I already have an idea for how to do this one. I'm just going to jump into it, guys. Let's do grass B. Or, oh god, here we go. Oh, I know what I want to do for this one. There we go, we've got 3 different variants. I'm just wondering if I should make that a little bit taller actually. bridge. Okay, alright, I should have time to do a bridge. If I set myself half hour, I should be able to do that. GZ3, GX3, GZ3, GZ3, GX3. Oh! There we go. What do you reckon to that? We've got 3 variants of grass. We've got like a small clump, a spiky, less dense clump, and then a mid-range one. And they're all kind of different heights as well. I'm happy with that. What do you guys think? I mean, it's low level foliage. That's not going to be. It's not going to be super visible, but it's, you know, it's just pad out the world. Did I update the spreadsheet? No, I didn't. So that's grass B, wasn't it? So grass B. So the first A is 16, B's 20. And C is 28. So grass B, 20. I'm super happy. How long have been? Oh my god, 2 hours 40. Where has the time gone? I only planned on doing a 2-hour stream. Right. It is tempting me, isn't it? It's midnight. I've got to be up in 6 hours. But I could do the bridge. Okay. I've no idea how many tries this is going to be. I've got an idea. We're going to have wooden railings. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so we're doing the bridge, yeah? Look at the progress we've done this stream, guys. We've got the stones, the trees, the flowers, the grass, all low poly. I'm really happy with this progress. Right, the question is, how do we start with the bridge? I guess what we want is maybe if we... Oh, I forgot I can't select him. If we moved our human model just out of the way from this stuff, GX800, and then turn that off so we can't click it. Alright, so we know his height, so we're doing the bridge. So if I show you my sketch, I don't know if you've seen this sketch, Awen. This is the world, the town of Greyvale. So this is the bridge right here at the bottom of the map. So it leads you, you cross the bridge and then boom, you're at Greyvale town. So we're gonna, yeah, it needs to be not rickety. So let's just go with it, shall we? So what if I go sing collection there? Right, let's go for cube. Right, how wide? Scale on the X. What? Is that's a good width, isn't it? Or would it be wider? I'll probably say about that. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, now we need to scale on the Y. Scale, Y. We go for something like that. Oh, the question is, how are we going to do this? Because it needs to be ever so slightly slanted, doesn't it? So that's R minus 10. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna dupe it. So R minus 10. Okay. R minus 10. Or actually, R minus 25. 30. Let's go 25. Alright, so that's 25. Duplicate that. And then this will be R minus. R minus 10. Okay. How long's the bridge gonna be is the question. I love this song that's playing at the moment. You kind of want to have... Okay, I know what we can do. We can add a supporting beam underneath. So if I do GY10, no. Okay. Oh no! Is that a long enough bridge? It doesn't need to be huge. That's what she said. Right. That is the wooden parts. I'm not going to make it all fancy with chips and dents and all sorts. It's just going to be plain wood. Simple, low poly. When it comes to the medieval buildings, we can do a bit more deco on those. So now that we've got the planks in, we've got a nice... I quite like the way the rotation that I've done. So I think it was 25 degrees on the first plank and then 10 on the next, and then it levels out. I think I was going to do a supporting plank beneath though, wasn't I? So, that would make sense, or else what's supporting the bridge? So let's just duplicate that. Oh no! Okay. Oh, look at that, perfectly aligned. Love it. Okay. We have the supporting bits, so we're going to need some beams now. How many tries are we at? 180 tries, that's not too bad. Alright, so I'm going to make these purposely below the world origin, because with the supporting fence beams, they would be submerged in water, or the soil, or the ground even. Right, so let's add a cylinder. We'll go 5, keep it low poly. No, you do get that. You do get that with wood in houses where it's cut to shape around the thing. So I don't mind it going into... If I had it like that. Does that need to go down a little bit more? And then what we can do is for the next one up, we can raise it more. Yeah, okay. So let's shift D, G, X. Right, let's get the beam. So we want to have a beam. You'd want two in the middle. So what is that? So we got the 1, 2, and then straight. So 3 in. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. First two are the slanted, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for these ones, we can raise it up. Like that. And then what we can actually do as well is we can select these faces. Nice. Right, so now we need a railing. How many tries are we doing at the moment? I mean, there's things I want to do to this to make it look even better. Like I want to add a ribbon cut and make it slightly warped. But the more cuts I do, the more things I add, it's gonna increase the tries. So I'm being very conscious of that. I mean, maybe with the wooden planks we could do that. I mean, there's 5 tries. It's 5 face. This is more faces than the single plank. So let's see if we can do it with a plank. So if I do Shift D, if I just move that there, and then RX90, RY90, no, RZ90. Oh. Okay, so what we want to do is scale on a Z. Oh, dude. Was 15 or minus 10? I think minus 10 looks better. Hmm. Hmm. Face. I feel like what we need to do. Oh, dude. There we go. That gives us room to put on the other panel. So now, if we go top view, ooh, okay. Okay. Whew. Come on, might think, mate. Right, let's go side view, duplicate that. Move that there. Oh, dude. Why does it feel like that's not straight? What is going on with that? Jesus Christ. I think the best thing to do here... What? I think the best thing to do is just duplicate one of these. Bring it here. Rotate it. Scale it. Christ almighty. Wow. Oh my god, dude. Right. What I'm gonna do is we need to join all of that. And call that bridge. And then if we... Oh, well, there were some edges that could be merged there. That's good. Right, so we need to do the shading. Right, so we're gonna go new, and I'm gonna call this bridge support. Quite like that actually. And then we're going to select those. Oh, it's going to be a nightmare. I want to select. How am I going to do this? Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that. Very, very good. Right, guys, that's the bridge done. Let's move Mr. Mannequin to apply transforms. I need to set the origin to stones, flowers, grass. Guys, the bridge is done. 452 tries. 452 tries. 452 tries. Whoop whoop! Progress, baby! Right, so I think that's a great time to call the stream there. 3 hours, 20 minutes. And I have created 13 assets for my game and essentially ticked off this whole world selection. That leaves the town, the mausoleum, the farmland, the lumberyard, and the graveyard. So I know what ones I want to tackle next. That is, I've had a lot of fun doing this, and it's really, really exciting. It's proper motivating me because I know as soon as I've got all these assets done, like I'm already working on the narrative, like for the dialogue and things. So, and I've already got the world map. So as soon as I've got all of these assets ready, I'm like, bing bang bosh, let's just paint the world. Let's get a paintbrush and just get on it. So yeah, amazing progress. If we just quickly see how many tries we're at the moment. 766 tries for the world. I mean, that's not bad going, is it, guys? 766. So, right, I'm going to call it there. Really, really good progress. I know I'm repeating myself. I do apologise. What day is it tomorrow? It's Tuesday. I'm not going to be able to do a stream tomorrow. Wednesday, though, I should be able to do a stream Wednesday. So if you guys are about Wednesday evening and you want to see some more modelling, feel free to tune in. I'm thinking we tackle the lumberyard and see how we go on time, and potentially do the farmland. I quite like the idea of making the farm building and a hay bale, things like that. So that could be quite interesting. So yeah, I'm going to call it there, guys. Sorry I'm waffling. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thanks for the comments, the input, and I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Anyone that hasn't already, feel free to follow on Twitch if you want to see more modelling. I also have all the previous game dev streams on my YouTube channel below. You'll find them for Blender, the Unreal Engine, and Unity. So thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next stream.